When you get people into emotions, you can win their heart. And when you have their heart, it's easier to win their head.
The honest friend who will tell you something that will hurt you for your own good.
Yeah.
And those are, I think, difficult friends to find, but they are the most valuable friends that you can have.
One of my favorite quotes of films is from Batman. Bruce Wayne's dad asks him, and later Alfred asks him again, why do we fall, Bruce? So we can learn how to pick ourselves up.
Hey! Tibor Mink, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Juan Carlos. Welcome to the bridge. And before I start any questions to you, I like to ask my guest, who is Tibor Mink? I would like if you tell me with your own words, who is Tibor Mink?
That's an interesting question. I ask my customers as well many times. And I think most of the people would call me a gentle and warming person. And still, some customers, I have a testimonial video where one says, I'm so heartful and still I can lay my finger in the right points and it hurts a lot. And I can be in a positive way, very stressy for my customers. And can tell them many things and also they have to do a lot of things. So I think I'm a person who likes and loves to inspire and motivate people to find out what they want in life, what they really want, and how to express themselves in a positive way to others in relationships, in a business way, like building a nice offer and creating a positive marketing and selling a lot of things, and also in a way of public speaking, how you can express yourself on a stage and talk to people there and inspire them so you can sell afterwards in a pitch. Yeah, that's mostly what I do. Yeah. And also I'm a father. That's a big role in my new life. Yeah.
A big yes. I think the most important now.
Yes.
Yes. And when I got to profile, that's something that attracted me very much, and I wanted to interview you. It was because of expressing ourselves, and this is super important because we all talk about engaging with customers, making decisions, negotiating, asking for money for our startups, or trying to get partners. We have to learn to express ourselves to do it correctly and get where we want to go in the right way.
Yeah.
Because to me it happens that what I have here and what I want to ask here, when it comes all the way here, it gets distorted and it's not the same. And sometimes you say things that you didn't want to, or didn't mean to say, or didn't know how to express yourself to say that. And having somebody who can help you do the real connection and know how to express in the right way to your audience, I think is very important.
Of course, yeah.
My first question for you is, why is effective pitching crucial for startups or a small business looking to expand into new markets? Why is so important?
Pitching as itself?
Yes.
I think communication is key in every part of our lives, especially in a business case. Or in every relationship. And if you want money or if you want customers, it's kind of a relationship. And we have to communicate with the other person in a way that they will understand us and they will feel us and they will get an idea of what we're talking about. And if I'm just telling you, yes, I have a nice offer and it's cool and yeah, you want to buy it, then you won't feel anything. You will think, okay, better I won't buy that. And if I get you into the feeling behind that, and if I have a nice pitch that can attract you to it and get your attention, and then afterwards let you feel something and let you think about it in a different way, then I can win you and I can get my message into your head. That's what a very good pitch wants to do. It wants to create an idea in the other person's head, and that's that's basically what you need to do. Yeah.
How does a strong, like having a strong pitch, will contribute in securing a funding from a VC or an investor, or partnerships, or even customers for salespeople?
It depends on the stage of the relationship. If these are random people and you're talking to a VC, then you're one of many companies asking him or her for money. So if your pitch isn't good, he or she will think that's wasted time. I don't need to spend more time because time is their most valuable asset. Then comes money, and that's the most valuable asset you want from them. And
Yeah,
if you want that asset, you have to get their attention, and afterwards you have to get more than their attention. You have to, yeah, kind of inspire them that they realize the opportunity in your product or in your company. And it's not just any company, because I think most of venture capitalists get many requests for financial assistances and everything, investments. And you have to, for example, if you have 100 million in dollars for in your bank account, and you can decide what you want to invest in, then you have to decide. And you
exactly.
decide whether the pitch is good or not. If you spend more time in investigating, is it an idea that is worth spending time and money into it? And that's why the pitch is so important, because it's like kind of something like the first expression. And the first expression can't be changed as fast as we think sometimes, because it lasts longer than we think.
So in a way, I think the message has to be short, and it has to be inspiring at the same time.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. Um, if you have like a normal situation with a VC in the first place, then maybe you have 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes,
Exactly.
ten
Yeah.
minutes,
Yeah.
maybe that. If you're in a later stage and you're in an appointment which lasts for 5 hours and you have more space for details, then it's cool. But normally a pitch should be like an elevator pitch, should be like 30 seconds and not more. Maybe even only 1 or 2 sentences, like 10 seconds, if you can catch them. The world today is so fast with Instagram, TikTok, and everything, that most of us are like doing like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Next. And it's the same in the real world already. If we see something and that doesn't catch our attention very fast, it's gone.
We move
It's
on.
with the normal markets. If there is a big sale sign, if it doesn't blink and says, "Oh my fucking god! If you don't buy that now, it's gone," then we'll just pass it.
Yeah.
It has to do that. If we go to America, for example, the election process, it's colorful, it's loud, it's
Oh yeah.
attractional, it's everything, because people otherwise wouldn't care.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of the same in that direction. I think you have to have one more thing in mind. Who's the person you're talking to? Who's the person you're pitching to? And what personality type could he be? And most of CEOs, most of venture capitalists are people who like the right information in the right amount of time, and not too many information, and not the false information, and not too much time spending on listening to someone I don't care.
What would you say are the most common mistakes that people make when pitching? What are the mistakes that we do see the most?
I would say that they only care about facts, that they have like a fact sheet and say, yeah, we have, for example, in the car industry, there is many things about facts. How is the emissions and everything like that, blah, blah, blah. That a buyer of a car, most buyers of cars don't care about emissions in the first place. They care about the color. They care about the security. They care about the speed. They care about the inside, the interior. Is it beautiful? Is it with many lights? Is it with something else? Emotions. That what we need is what we need to sell, and not facts only. And that is, I
Mm-hmm.
think, the part what most people also on the stage do as the biggest mistakes, that they go on the stage, they have like a big, even presentation in the background, and they turn around going like, yeah, and then we have something like that. That's bullshit. You have to talk to the people. You have to talk to them eye to eye. Even if you're on a big stage, then you have to face people of the crowd. If you're not able to, because you're a beginner and you're scared, act like you're facing people. Look just in the middle of two people. Nobody can tell if you're looking at one person or not, because
Yeah.
the left one thinks, he's looking at that one, and he thinks, he's looking at that one, and you're
Yeah.
just looking right through the middle. But be with the other one. I think that's the most important thing, and the biggest mistake is just staying in your head, not listening to your heart, and when there's no emotion and just the facts. Yeah.
What do you think will be the key elements of a successful speech? I mean, what is more important to give a clear value proposition, a compelling story, or a call to action? What do you think will be more important
In a pitch or in a speech?
in a pitch?
In a pitch.
Yeah.
That also depends on the person. I think 2 or 3 days ago, I saw on Instagram, I saw a reel where where someone in an American investment show, they showed their product, and it was like a backpack you could turn into a hoodie, or a hoodie you could turn into a backpack.
Hmm.
And the slogan below it, the caption was like, he's not doing a pitch. He's doing his advertisement, because it was so perfectly. His brother came in. They did jiu-jitsu, and then he knocked him kind of out, and then he took the backpack to show you can even do sports like jiu-jitsu with it on, and then, oh, it gets cold again, you just do like that, and you have a hoodie again, and can talk. And he was so interactive that the whole crowd, like the whole investors, like 5 people, they were all laughing, but not laughing about him, with him. And
Yeah.
he got emotions from them. I get goosebumps by saying that,
Wow.
because it's it's so deep.
Yeah.
When you get people into emotions, you can win their heart. And when you have their heart, it's easier to win their head. If you try to win their head, you have to have really good facts,
Hmm.
really good facts, and that
Yeah.
won't win their heart.
Hmm.
But if you win the heart, you win the head
You win.
most
Yeah.
of the times.
That's a great analogy. I never really thought about that, and yeah, it makes sense. I mean, that's how you get to know your future wife. No, you don't get to the head, you get to the heart, and then
Yes,
you
exactly,
exactly. And,
exactly.
and in a way, you is what you want. You are looking for a long term relationship. Doesn't matter if it's just a customer.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, I see your point, and it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, of course, your product has to be good. It has to be great. If your product is,
Oh
can
yeah,
I use bad words in here?
yeah. Of course, go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah. I think we're not
okay,
in PG-13.
all right. If your product is shit, then you don't have to try. Then don't try it. But if your product is legit, and if it's nice, if it's great, then you need a great pitch. If your product sucks, then you don't need a pitch. You need another
Yeah.
product.
And what would be your recommendations for people to tailor their pitches to different kind of people? How can I? Where should I look the ground to create a pitch for different audiences? What do you think that will be the best way to start building your own pitch? Where should I start looking for?
Do you mean like where could I exercise pitching, or?
No, like let's say I'm going to pitch to an investor,
Yeah.
or I'm looking for a new partner, and I need to pitch to that new partner, or I want to pitch to a customer. Where do you think I should how should I tailor this pitch? Where should I start thinking in how to build that pitch to make it compelling?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question. What I tell customers of mine, just yesterday I had a coaching session, a coaching day with a customer, and we had a lot. We talked about a lot about marketing, and in marketing, I think the best way to have a great marketing is if you're a solopreneur or a startup
Mm-hmm,
in a
mm-hmm.
small way, you have to think about what suits me as the brand, or what suits the brand identity. What's the right way of acting? Is it like writing many texts? Is it more video? Is it more picture? Is it more funny? Is it more serious? Which way? And according to that, what does my customer want to see? Is he like a big fan of humor and he wants to laugh when he sees my videos, and then he feels like attracted, and then he calls me and says, hey, that's great, I just saw your video and I had the best laugh of the week, and because of that I want to hire you for whatever, because it's still not just funny, it
Yeah,
also gets the message of he's a professional, for example, he's in
of
the
course.
financial industry. And yeah, and I think with a pitch, it's kind of the same. Think about what is your message of your product, what's the heart of your product, and what do you want to show people? What do you want to show them? And then think about what do the other people, the other persons, what do they want to see? Like, for example, an investor. And then find the matching pieces, what you want to show and that what they want to see, match that, and
Mhm.
then you got your pitch.
So let's say that research is very important. Who your audience is going to be? What is it the objective of your pitch? Where is it that you want to accomplish with that? And put that together with a storytelling in the middle.
Yes.
So you can tell a story and in both accomplish your goal and understanding who your audience is.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
something like that.
Yes, I think. And if you're it's also a different situation if you're like with one person, or if you're like with like in the show with five different investors. Every one of them has a special talent of, or
Hmm.
has a special pool of tools and of assets and of people and a bigger network. That one does TV commercials. That one is special on IT or everything. And probably you already have like one investor in mind you want to win. Focus on him or her and focus on what is the best way to get to him or her with their interests. And maybe you'll get some other interest as well. But that's the way I would do it, like focusing on one of them. And if you have like a big crowd, if you're pitching not as a startup for an investor, for example, you're on a convention and you want to pitch there in front of 5,000 people, you held a speech, 20 minutes, and after that you pitch 5 or 2 minutes or something, or even 1 minute. Also think about what would most of the people want. You will never get everybody on your side,
Yeah.
or never say never, but that's not the target to get everybody. It's the target to get that one investor or that 50 potential customers, because the rest doesn't have money, doesn't have time, is not really interested.
Hmm.
Don't care about them. You don't have to be everybody's darling when you pitch. You have to get those people who could really be interested.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, go small, go just for an objective where you want to build from. And how entrepreneurs or small business owners can overcome the stage fright, and build confidence when they have to speak in public. How do you think you can overcome? Because of course, I feel even when I'm going to have an interview with someone, I still get a bit nervous, like I'm going to do good. And later, when you are already in the conversation, yeah, it goes away. But to begin with, it's very challenging. I already had 2 or 3 experiences of talking to a big amount of people, and yeah, it's difficult to overcome the stage fright. What would be your recommendation?
The stage is has to be your new home. When you're at home, you feel comfortable.
Yep.
You get probably your jogging pants on. You relax on the couch. You feel comfortable. Your wife or your husband comes in and you hug them, you kiss them, and you just relax. That's at home.
Yep.
When you're in a new situation, you're stressed, and
Yep.
that's it's kind of about the same thing with the stage. When you're new to the stage, it will be new. Everything is new. Oh my God, there's lights. Oh God, I have to get up the stairs. What if I'll fall down the stairs again or something like that? I had many. I also teach people how to speak in public, and I had many customers in my trainings who were asking, what if I forget my text? What if I fall down or something like that? What if I struggle with that or these or whatever? And it's almost the same. Nobody knows what your next move is except you. Nobody else knows. If you forget your text, just tell them something else
Yeah.
that's still related to that.
Yeah,
If
of course.
you um, if you fall and you're a little bit sporty, for example, and you're probably wearing a suit, just do like James Bond, make a roll and get up and just get yourself tightened again and say, hello, guys. Yeah, you're laughing already.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what the
yeah. I can
crowd will be.
imagine that.
That's what they will be doing. They will be
Yeah,
clapping. They will be
yeah,
screaming. They will be shouting. Why? They will be on fire if you do that. If
yeah.
you if you fall down and then you surrender, you're like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, I fell, and now everything's done. They will go like, okay,
I think one of the fears most people have is to be laughed off. Like,
yes,
oh, they're going to be laughing of me. But it's
yes,
not the same to be laughed with, isn't it?
exactly, yes, exactly.
Yeah,
And you have to imagine you're on a stage. There is like probably if you're on a stage with normal people in front of you. By the way, almost everyone is a little bit scared of speaking in public. In Germany, it's over 40% of the people, the biggest fear is to speak in public.
oh wow.
That's crazy. It's not
Wow, it's
spiders,
crazy.
it's
Yeah.
not staircase or something. It's speaking in public because it's so many big frights of the ancient time that comes up because if they hate me, I'll be alone. If I'm
Yeah.
alone, I'll die. If I don't succeed, if I have I do mistakes, I'll die. If I do too much and it's stressing me too much, I'll die. That's what in ancient times happened in these 3 cases, and all 3 happen on stage. And that's why many people get frightened a lot. And you have to imagine, you get up those fucking stairs, you go up and you're on stage now.
Hmm.
Everybody else is down there, they're not up here.
Yeah. No.
At that one step up the stage is more than most people will do in their life ever. So you were already brave. Nobody can laugh about you.
Yeah.
You were braver than most people will be in their life. Because when you were scared, when you're never scared of talking in front of people, then it's easy. But then you won't be scared. But if you're scared
Oh
and
yeah.
you do it, you still do it, then you're the bravest one. And that's something that gives lots of customers of mine the trust in themselves to
The
get
confidence to
the
do it.
confidence to do everything because
Hmm.
they realize that's true.
Yeah.
I'm brave. I'm doing it even if I'm scared. That's a big
Yeah.
thing. And I think it's with the same thing as talking into a camera, the same thing as talking to customers or something else. It's training. So if you have the chance, if you have money, go to the internet and search for a trainer. If you're a German speaking, then you can look up for my trainings. If you're not speaking German, then you can book probably a one-on-one session if you wanted to do it with me. I'm heading to Dubai for a customer, for example, now to do a
Oh
one-on-one
wow.
session in speaking or different others. That's possible, but you don't have to book me. Just book someone who gives you time for training. That's important. Don't buy like a video course where you just sit at home and look up the video course or only online sessions or something. It's better if you meet in person because
Ah.
then, yes, because then if you want to speak in person and you want to hold a speech in person in front of 500 people, it's not the same if you train at home with a video. It's better than nothing, but it's not the same as like for example, in our training, we do it like we have 20 to 30 people and they're speaking in front of each other. And during the day, we leave the workshop location and we go into the city and they will speak in public
Oh wow.
at public
Oh
places.
wow. That's a big step.
Yes, and some like last year, for example, we were at the location by a river, and there was like a big restaurant with many people. It was already dark. It was like 9 or 10 p.m. Many people were already drunk, and we walked just through them, and one was walking backwards, and the others were walking towards him, and he was holding a speech while walking through lots of drunk people. Everyone shouted something, weird people, loser, what are you doing? And he had to ignore all of that and just walk through that. That's training. And if you can
That's
do
an
that,
amazing training.
yes, if you can do that, you can do everything on a
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah. I think that facing your fears in extreme condition, it's really what gets you through it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing.
And still, it's like a good environment because we were like 20 people. Everyone was
Yeah.
going through
You are
there.
safe.
Yes, a safe space. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. You are safe, and at the same time, you're exposed because there is so many people around.
Yes.
And also, I think one of the biggest problems we have is overthinking.
Yeah.
Like we float ourselves with ideas and what if and what if I do this and I think that's also something that it helps us go against ourselves.
Of course. Of course. That's why or I tell my students or my trainees not to focus too hard on their thoughts, focus more on your heart, and just tell the people what you want to tell them. Then you can't forget the words. If you
Yeah,
want to say exactly those words, you might forget them.
yeah,
But if you want to tell someone a story or a message, you will get through it.
yeah. Of course, because the words can vary, and I think if you learn by heart your pitch and you practice it word by word, it will sound a bit robotic when you come and say it, right?
Yeah, not every time. I had one trainee 2 years ago. She wrote a whole poem, kind of, and she learned every word,
Oh
and
my
it
god.
was like 5 minutes speech, and then 5 minutes poem, and then 2 minutes speech again. And that 5 minutes poem, she was like, every word was right, and it sounded very good because it was her words.
Yeah, of course.
And if you
Yeah,
learn something, it doesn't have to be your word, but if you feel them, if it's
you have to
really
make
the
it yours.
message, then yes, it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, because my next question for you was how to what's the best way to practice, and what you already told me about. What happened if I am totally out of budget? I cannot hire anybody like you. I just need to go and do it. Um, can I ask my friends to use them as a practice people to talk to them, or what would be your recommendation? My wife, my son, if I have no budget and I have to go and do it, what do you think would be the best way to do that?
It depends a lot. If you have friends who are really good friends,
Honest
then
friends.
yes, honest friends, and still they can shut up sometimes. if you ask them to, then go for it. If they're like overprotective, or if they're like have bad, I don't know the English word, limiting thoughts, like if their mindset is a stuck mindset, and they're like, oh no, oh that's not good, you're never gonna make it, or oh no, oh you can't, then it's counterproductive. Then it's bad.
It's
If
gonna
you
bring you
have
down.
people who are just listening to you and who give you a qualitative feedback, and a real feedback, and a good critic, then it's good. Then take those people. And I think you should, if you have any chance, choose people who have a clue of what you're doing, and decide who gets like the right to talk to you about something. That's something I always give customers. One of the first things, think about who you gave like talking permission in your life, advice permission in your life. For example, parents have advice permission by birth, because we are gods for our children right now. My son is 2 months now. I'm literally God. I created him.
Yes, you
And
are. Yeah,
yes, and he's like, everything in the next 5 years, everything I will say is true. That's law.
yeah, yeah,
And the problem is, most of us still carry that with us, even when we're 10, 20, 30, 40. And now our dad comes, for example, and says, son, what are you doing there? You're not capable of doing that. Bam! It kills you. Because you think, oh shit, my dad, the Almighty, he said I couldn't do it, so I won't be
I
able.
cannot do it.
And that's why my parents, for example, have no right to talk to me in a business way, because they're both just normal employees both in a social environment, and they have no really good thoughts about money. Money is for them something you don't have, or something that's hard to earn, or something like that.
Yeah,
And if I talk to them about money, about business, it's always like, oh yeah, that's not easy, and something like that. If I listen to them, I won't ever be successful. But if I don't listen to them, I have the chance to get successful. It still is up to me. But if I listen to them, no chance. And that's why you need to be careful who you're training with, and who you're listening to when it comes to feedback and everything else. And if you're talking, for example, if you ask me, we are friends, just casual friends, no business relation, and you ask me now, hi Tibor, can I show you something, and I want to exercise my pitch with you. And I go like, okay, and you do your pitch. I would never go like, okay, I say nothing about it. I'm just here listening to it 50 times. Yes, okay.
it's
No.
okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Yes, I would tell you, that's not good, or you could do that different. And I, for myself, I always ask people before I do that. Ask, okay, Juan Carlos, can I give you like a feedback or something? Is it okay? And you say yes. Most of the people never ask; they just give you feedback, and that's a big risk when you're exercising with newbies in speaking, and you don't have qualified feedback.
I think both friends, the overprotective friend, the one who will always lift you up no matter what and tell you, oh, yes, you are amazing, even though you have a terrible pitch. Like, oh, no, you will do it. And the one that will always bring you down. So you have to find that balance, right? Because
yeah.
the honest friend who will tell you something that will hurt you for your own good.
Yeah.
And those are, I think, difficult friends to find, but they are the most valuable friends that you can have.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if not, I think one more thing. I think if you want to exercise, just look if there is something where you can exercise, like some open stages, or everything in that direction where you can speak. Use moments. Like, I had a mentor once. He was like, every time I see a camera, I'll go there. And they maybe say, can we interview you? And he's like, yes, of course. What's the matter? Because he says, Every time you're in front of a camera, it's a training. It's a free training, and it's free marketing because you are shown somewhere
Yeah.
and you can talk in public. Maybe it's even on TV or something like that. And people see you, see probably like a banner where it says like your name, Juan Carlos, and what you're doing and everything. And people see you and they can Google you and they can do things. And that's very important. So use every moment you can use to train.
I believe if the best brand that you can work on is your own brand.
Mhm.
So create your own branding, that you become your own brand, and give yourself exposure as much as you can. I agree. Yeah, I think that and to do that you have to overcome this fear of failing, because of course we are all going to fail. I mean, nobody's perfect. We are going to make mistakes, and the thing from my point of view is not how many times you fail, is how many times you stand up to continue fighting.
Yeah. One of my favorite quotes of films is from Batman when first
Which Batman? I mean,
Batman Begins. And
uh-huh, okay.
I think in The Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises, it comes again. First, his Bruce Wayne's dad asks him, and later Alfred asks him again, "Why do we fall, Bruce? So we can learn how to pick ourselves up."
Yeah, that's an amazing
And
line.
that's amazing because
Yeah,
that's what it is about, and that's what it is about also on stage. If you, like I told you, if you fall, if you literally fall, you have to pick yourself up and you have to make a story out of it. One of my best friends and also an earlier mentor, he has UFC fighters in his gym. He has a German
uh,
mixed martial arts gym,
yes.
and he's a German champion as well in mixed
Oh
martial
wow.
arts. And he got beaten up after a fight by the opponent's team because he was a coach of another member of his gym, and his member won, and the other team said it was unfair or something, and they went with 17 against 5, and they
Oh
beat them
wow.
up,
Yeah.
and they broke his I don't know the bone even in German, but they broke a bone here, and he went dark everywhere here. And 3 days later, he had an event when he were on his own stage and had to promote his own also speakers. He did speaker training, and he was just like, okay, I could now be fucked up because that
Yeah.
happened, or I could create a story out of that. And I could create a story for my audience that no matter what happens, even if you're getting beat up 3 days before your event, you can just make a positive story out of that.
Yeah.
And everything that happens in life is just one more story which you can tell customers, friends, or anybody else to inspire them to get their shit done.
Yeah. That's very good. Yes. I mean, without thinking, because it's true. As much as we fall, we create stories, and these stories can be an inspiration for somebody else.
Yes, yes.
So it's not. It's the silver lining, right? Yeah, this is very inspiring, because who hasn't fall? Who? And I mean, we are going to fall tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, but we are going to fail,
Yeah,
and this is part of life, and this is what makes us better.
yeah.
And do you think that, because you were telling me that it's very important to be in person, if you like, to learn to become better. And yeah, I remember I used to have a friend who he was a psychiatrist, and I asked him why he was never taking patients remote, because I said, well, it will be easy, no? He said, no, 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 because for me it's very important to read how they move to their body. And and I believe it's the same here. Like, if I ask you to train me uh, via remote, will be very difficult for you to really see how I am acting, what I'm expressing, what I'm sharing from myself. Is that right?
Oh, of course, yeah. You're sitting in a chair now. Will you sit on
Yeah,
a chair on the stage? Probably not.
yeah, yeah. Of course. And the way I
Will
move,
you
and
Will you have your safe environment? Probably not. Will you have a screen you're talking to, or will you have 500 people in front of you?
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Everything's different. And at home, there are so many different things. I can't choose what you see. Like, for example, you're in my workshop now, and your phone is like with that side up on the table, and it all every 5 minutes it blinks or does something. I go
Mm-hmm.
like, Juan Carlos, just put your phone please into the somewhere, but get it off. At home, probably you do
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like that. And if it's boring, if you're in a meeting with more than two people, one of three or more is going onto their phone when somebody
yeah.
else is talking.
And
That's normal today. That's also the big
yeah,
problem of the small capacity of attention we have already because of Instagram and others. They destroyed a lot of things in us.
yeah.
Also, there is big chances, especially for entrepreneurs, but it's a big problem we have in our whole environment now. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If like we have like a 20-second spam attention, 20 or 30 seconds, and if we don't satisfy something at that time, we move to the next thing.
I would say it's less than that,
You think
especially
it's less?
especially in marketing or something like that. On stage, probably got 20 seconds, probably, but probably got also you got even only 5 or 10 seconds to get the attention of most people. You can do different techniques to regain the attention. For example, like just saying nothing.
Yeah, there is a new trend. People who is traveling long distances without television, without any entertainment, and they're like going 10, 15 hours on a flight without anything, no
Yeah.
telephone, nothing. And it has becoming a trend, and I think it's at the beginning I was like, oh my god, this people is crazy, but now that you mention it, I think that this is really a way to regain control of yourself, because
Yeah, and
I think we lost
consciousness.
it in a way. Yeah,
Also consciousness, because many people are not conscious when they go through life. They go like, if you look into the cars while driving, we're driving in Germany with 150 miles per hour,
yeah,
for example, uh, and some people go like, even I go sometimes at my phone when I'm driving like less than 100 kilometers per hour because that's slow in German.
yeah. It's slow. Yeah, I
And,
agree.
but you see so many people today. We where I don't know. I wear something this morning. Um, I came back and I drove in my car, and someone was going like from the middle lane to the left lane, but he didn't want to go there. He was just going like, oh, and went back. And I was coming there
He
with
was just wondering.
220 kilometers per hour or something. And I was like, okay, I have to be careful now
Yeah.
because probably he'll do it again. And then I looked to my right, and he was at his phone,
Oh wow.
for example. And lots of people are on their phones while walking, while
Yeah.
driving their car, while everything.
Big
And
addiction, right?
yes, it
Yeah.
is. And that's why we need to regain people's attention. And that's in a speech, for example. It's probably it's a big fear we earned from school or something. When the teacher is talking in front of there, we're doing something else, and then it's silent. And you're talking to your neighbor still, and then like, oh fuck, it's silent. And you're looking towards the teacher. He's looking right into your eyes, and you know, I'm fucked up. And that's the same
Yeah.
on stage. When
Yeah.
there is people, and there when I see there is many people not focusing, sometimes I just shut my mouth, say nothing, and I wait. And everyone flip, flip, flip. The heads
Yeah.
are going up, and they're like, "What's happening now? Did I
Yeah.
miss
What's
something?
happening?
Is it over? No. No. He's still there. What is he talking about? I don't know." And then they're listening again, and then bam, I come with a big statement or something. They're like, "Oh, okay," and then they're listening again. That's, for example, one tool you can use to regain the focus of the
Silence.
people. Yeah.
Silence is as important as speech.
Yes, of course.
Mm. Yeah.
Especially in selling or something like that, or pitching. You have to pitch in a good way and then shut up.
Shut up. Yeah. Yeah, but you need to let people digest what you just told them. You need to let them consider what you just told them. That's like bombarding, bombarding, bombarding.
Yes.
Yeah, like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Tibor, are we there yet? Just shut up, please. Yeah, I see it. It's really nice talking to you and learning things that we always overlook, that we don't consider and we don't think about. And to me, it's very eye opening to realize that silence is as important as speech, like talking to
Mhm.
somebody, because it gives you the opportunity, you give the opportunity to the person you are talking to concentrate again in what you're talking about.
And even more important, it gives you the opportunity to listen.
Who learns from what we said, isn't it? I mean, I don't learn anything when I'm only talking and talking and talking.
Yes.
And let's move a bit to where we are today. Everybody is doing AI. We are all trying to be the best version of ourselves through ChatGPT or Gemini. And how is technology, of course, AI, helping or helping us to improve the way we pitch or we have a speak? Do you think is there a way in where we can meet in the middle?
Yeah, I think yes. I think it's easier to get information. For example, my wife, I actually don't have it on my phone, but my wife has ChatGPT on her phone. And if something is unclear for us, she doesn't ask Google anymore. She asks ChatGPT
Hmm.
every time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's like getting answers you would have to Google for 2 hours or something. And she goes like, ChatGPT, what is blah, 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 blah. And it's like, the whole universe opens up. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
it's
think
amazing.
for the research part, who am I talking to? What should I reconsider when I'm talking to a CEO in front of others and whatever? What should I? What could be problems? Or I think the research about that is a lot easier with AI. So there is no excuse for, my speech is in 3 days. I don't have time for research. Just ask ChatGPT. Okay, I got that audience. What should I land my focus on, or what problems could be there, or something like that. Don't give too much on it. Not
Hmm.
too much. Still listen to yourself. But I think there is a big opportunity in fast and quick and good research.
Through AI.
In the speech or in a pitch, if your product isn't AI, then I think there is not much help, because I think you are the person the people should look at, should talk to. I'm also no big fan of presentations, because if you have a presentation, sometimes like a picture or something that can bring a smile into people's faces, or they look like, oh shit, or something like that. Sometimes a picture, for example, or a small video with emotions in it, that can help you with your speech. But text is killing your speech most of the time. If it's a quote, all right. But if it's a text, it's killing it. It's like a presentation in school, in university, in a bad job presentation or something. When, for example, when I studied economical informatics, one of our teacher at the university was like actually reading his sheets to us, and we were like, what the fuck, why is he
Yeah,
even there? He could just give
yeah,
it to
yeah.
us
You
and we
just
could,
can leave it there, and
yeah,
that's it.
we could read it, everyone at his speed and her speed. And but no, he was just reading them, and it was completely nonsense. If you're not at university where people have to be, if it's a free space where people can get up and leave the room,
Yeah,
you will lose them if you do something like
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
They have to focus on you. They have to be like in a crazy mood. They have to be like, oh my god, I want to listen. I want to hear more. I want to listen to him until tomorrow, for example.
Yeah.
That's the mood you have to get them into.
Yeah, you just, yeah, I mean, it's amazing because that was my next question about presentations. and using platforms such as, I don't know, Canva or uh, PowerPoint, how useful was in your speech. But I think it's better to try to be as simple as you can and just go ahead and connect to people through your words.
I'm a big fan of flip charts because you can underline something, you can create something right here in a quick way, just by your hands right now. It's
Uh-huh.
more attention on that because it's you creating it. If you have really low level and text, not much text, and nice sheets, then you can use a presentation, but not too much. And
Not too
especially
much.
in the middle of it, there should just be a logo, or not even that. There should be a black screen, something else, nothing, because people get distracted. And
Hmm.
if they see something and they get distracted from you, they're here, they're reading that. Most of the time, they're not going back like that. They're going like, okay, I read that. Now I'll read what's on my phone or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
And that's
because
important.
one thing that is amazing, if you put a screen, a slide on the screen with a lot of text, we go and read the text. I mean,
Yeah,
if I'm watching a movie and I put subtitles, I stop
yeah,
listening. I'm just reading and reading and reading. So
yeah,
if I eliminate the subtitles, I have to listen. And I think
yeah,
it's the same effect when you are presenting, right?
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So I completely ignored you and I start reading your presentation.
Yeah, that's why only quotes or one or two words or something that you want to specially put into a big light. Yeah, if you want the lights, the spots on it, then okay, but not in every other case. Don't put facts on a sheet and that. Give them a fact sheet afterwards or something.
Yeah.
Put a QR code on it. That's, by the way, a good pitch on the stage. If you have something, if you have a great speech, and after that you have something for them to get for free, for example, just put a QR code on there and say, okay, now you can scan that for a big present. Just download it. And you just have to put your names and your email address or your phone number or something in, and then you will get send it via WhatsApp or something, and then you have the correct phone number and you can contact them and everything. Yeah, that's
Wow. Wow, is amazing, Tibor. Yeah, thank you so much. I have two last questions for you.
yes, of course.
What would be your recommendation on how to handle rejection and still be motivated to continue?
How
Because
to
this is
handle
rejection.
a rejection? Yeah,
Yes, because of course we were talking about making mistakes, how we, and I'm sure sometimes people will be completely rejected with their pitches. They got it completely wrong, and you have to start all over again. And this is something difficult. I know that some people can handle that, but some other people they will just stop doing that forever. What would be your recommendation?
don't take it serious, but don't take it too serious. For especially, don't take yourself too serious. And think about that. We never or almost never reject people. We reject behavior. We reject ideas. We reject something, but not people. It's not people. If somebody murders someone else, such cruel thing as that, we don't reject the person. We reject his behavior, and I think that's very important because then, when we're conscious and when we're aware of that, then we can split that from us and we can say, okay, they rejected something now. I have to analyze what they rejected. It can't be me, but it can be my behavior. It can be my style of pitching. It can be my product. It can be something like that.
Yeah.
They can reject your face, for example. They
Uh-huh.
could do that, but that doesn't matter
Yeah,
because
of
there are
course.
other people that want your face.
Hmm.
And that's very important. There is not only one. It's like, in German, I know the expression. It's like, if there is plenty or there is none, what's your mindset? And if you have the mindset, there is enough in the world, enough love, plenty of anything, plenty of contacts I can talk to, plenty of money in the world, and many people, they want to give me money for my idea. Fuck him.
Wow, yeah, that's very very deep, and you're right. If you just close yourself because of one person, you neglect thousands of people that could help you with that. Yeah. Wow. Very eye-opening, Tibor. I am very grateful. And my last question to you is: will be okay if I share your LinkedIn profile? Can I share something more about you if people want to contact you after this?
I'm just building my new website. I can send it to you
Yes,
afterwards,
please
and
do
then you
so. Yes.
can share that as well. And yeah, just contact me if you have any questions via. I'm more active on Instagram than on LinkedIn, actually.
Okay.
Just contact me there or via my website, book an appointment if you're interested in working with me or something. And also, if you just have a question or something like that, just ask it via Instagram. I'm always open to help people if it's a quick win for you and it's like for me 1 minute or two, and I can help you for your life. Then I will do it. If it lasts longer, then you can pay me, and I still do it.
Of course. Yeah, I think that yeah, we need to learn to not only say thank you with a smile because we all have to live, right? We all have
Yeah,
to make a living. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Tibor, I am super grateful for you sharing with us all this, and you enlightened me a lot in things that are important for our everyday life. I'm a salesman doing this, and of course, I learned today very valuable things. Thank you so much, Tibor.
You're welcome, Juan Carlos.
I
Thank you also for the interview. It was very nice. It was my actually I think my first interview in English.
Oh wow,
My
so
first
that's good.
podcast.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, we push a bit too.
Yes, actually, I'm trying to raise my son bilingual as well. I'm trying
Good.
to speak only English to him, even if my mother tongue is German. But still, we try. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think it's super important for children to, and because at the end of the world, at the end of the day, we all belong not to a small place. We belong to a huge world, and
hmm
we get the. I come from. I was born and raised in Mexico, and in Mexico, you only deal with Mexicans because
hmm
it's very difficult to have access to anything. I come from a place where my life was surrounded by Mexicans and the Mexican thinking. Coming to Europe, it makes you realize how amazing it is to learn from different people and from different cultures. You learn so many things, and it's very important to give our children the tools to be able to communicate and express themselves with people that is totally out of their comfort zone.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Tibor, thank you so much,
You're
and
welcome.
I hope this is not the last time.
Yes, of course.